that time of the week one more time. It's live, and it's in the interest of the people. They're going to make you laugh, and they'll even make you mad enough to chew nails. Either way, they have you tuned in. So sit back in that easy chair and get close to a phone, because you can call and talk to them. You better get you something to drink, because you may need it also. Take it away, guys.
Well, listening to y'all last week, I heard we had a really good show last week, and we got a better one this week. Hang in there.
For a lot of you out there, you will be happy to know that I'm losing my voice. And I know some of you are going to be real pleased with this.
No.
But we're going to struggle anyhow. Last week, I was in professional apothecary this week, and somebody said you announced that we were closing. I said, well, they were either drinking or were not paying attention to what was said. I said the owner had sold the drugstore to another employee, but the drugstore was not going to be closing.
No.
Professional apothecary will still be here.
Gotta listen.
So clean your ears out. Listen to what I say. Professional apothecary will still be in town doing business like they've always done it.
And we love them.
Just a change of ownership. We'll still be doing business there. We got a lot of guests tonight. We'll be going to them shortly. But in the news the last couple of days, Talladega College competed with the Battle of the Bands, and the Talladega College Choir was singing in Washington. A lot of activity going on with our Talladega College Choir, and we have Dr. Hawkins with us. Dr. Hawkins, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, man.
Good evening to you. I understand you're still on your road back to home.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to Talladega. It's been quite a week for Talladega College, and we're just so happy for our students. I was in Washington, D.C., of course, you mentioned on Thursday night, our choir sang at the Kennedy Center. As I tell people, it doesn't get any bigger
No.
for our young people to have the opportunity to not only go to our nation's capital, but also to sing at a premier facility like a Kennedy Center. And so we're just so happy that they did a great job performing there. This performance ties into the murals, our murals that are on display at the Smithsonian. And so there's a special program that they invited our choir up to participate. And the beauty of it is that they paid for the whole thing and bringing a choir up there. So they did a great job on Thursday night. And so we're just so proud of our students and proud of Mr. Willie Mitchell, who is the director of our great choir. And then, of course, I left D.C. on Friday to fly back to Atlanta because our marching band was getting ready to participate in the Battle of the Bands. 38 historically black colleges and universities competed for eight positions in the Honda Battle of the Band. You know, this was Honda's 13th year sponsoring the Battle of the Bands in the Georgia Dome. And once again, you talk about a large stage, you know, for our marching band, which is just in its third year. And I'm going to tell you what praise did our young people receive from the audience once they learned that it was our first time participating in the Honda Battle Bands. And of course, being a third-year marching band, I think we put over 250 on the field. You know, we were the smallest school. There was 8 schools that were selected for the finals. But the unique thing about that is that Talladega College, it was Tennessee State, and North Carolina A&T were 3 institutions that were selected by the people, by the popular vote when the voting took place. And so that even says even more for Mr. Miguel Bonds, our band director, in the marching tornadoes, as we call them. They did a great job. You know, I went down on the field before they performed, and they came up and hugging me and thanking me for the opportunity, and it just speaks volume for these young students that we have here at Talladega. They represented not only, I look at these opportunities when you have Talladega College going to Washington, D.C., Kennedy, and now in the Georgia Dome. We're just not representing Talladega College. We're representing this community. We're representing the city of Talladega. And I just hope that the community appreciates what these young people are doing and embrace what they're doing because they have done a great job, and we're just so proud that they were great young adults representing not only the college but representing the community as a whole. And so it's just been a phenomenal week for this great institution, and I'm just so proud to be in my 7th year as the president of this great historic institution.
Dr. Hawkins, you talking about what a good job they did and how outstanding they are, and that's true. But without your leadership and without your vision, this would not be taking place. When you came here, we did not have a 300 member band. We did not have a 100-member band choir as such as you have now. We did not have all the basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, golf, and everything. You've done an awesome job, and I appreciate it. I apologize for my hoarseness, but I appreciate you and the college and what you mean to our city and to our county.
Well, Mayor, we appreciate you. One thing we can say about Mayor Barton, he does not hide his love for this great institution, and so we appreciate your great support of Talladega College. The institution has been here now 147 years, and all I've tried to do is to move the institution forward, to bring great notoriety to the community. And in my time here as president, I will continue to push forward to move this institution forward. We've got some great projects ahead of us that we think it's also going to bring even greater notoriety to the institution as we move forward with our building projects that's coming up in the very, very near future. Buildings that's needed on this campus, needed in this community. And so we're going to continue to push forward. And I always tell the students, and I've told the choir this, and I've told the band this, that, unless you have to fight for it, it won't mean anything to you unless you work hard, fight to be the best, and you pay a price when you're fighting to be the best, because you always have the naysayers and the negativism out there saying that you can't do it. I've always prided myself in my work and giving it my best, and always striving for excellence. If I can't strive for excellence, then I don't want to be a part of it. And so that's who I am. I'm not going to change who I am, and always pushing forward to be the best. Talladega College is a great institution. It's one of the greatest higher education institutions in this country, in this nation, and I will continue to push forward to make this institution even greater.
Dr. Hawkins, I appreciate you taking time to be with us, and welcome back to Talladega, and we look forward to seeing you real soon.
Okay, thanks so much.
Man's doing an awesome job at the college. I don't know that people really realize what the college means to our city.
Talladega
Folks, I'm struggling, but we're gonna be here. We ain't gonna let a little hoarseness shut me down.
Talladega is definitely blessed to have Talladega College and Dr. Hawkins here.
Well, they're running close to 1,000 students, and every one of them buys food, groceries, gas, services, a car, whatever, in our city. And for the most part, when they're doing construction work there, a lot of our local people are getting the bids.
That's right.
And trying to keep the money home.
Making
we
jobs.
appreciate talking. Don't forget Rehab First. You want to talk about Rehab First? Can you talk about Rehab First?
You better go ahead, guys.
At McGuffey Healthcare in Gadsden, one of the best rehab places in the world, we think. They're there 24/7. They have administration on duty 7 days a week, admission 7 days a week, private rooms. The list is just endless what they offer, and they also have long-term care.
And I'd also like to say that they won't let you sit there. They're going to get you up and move you and get you going again. So that's where you need to be if you need rehab.
The Barton family has had occasion to use the facility, and I know that Charlotte.
My mother's been there, and she's a pistol.
Don't forget Rehab First if you need any kind of rehab. Citizen Hospital is still on track to merger with Brookwood out of Birmingham. We'll talk more about that as it progresses.
It's gonna be great.
Bobby Humphrey will be speaking at the Chi Hall District Boy Scouts March the 7th at 6 p.m. at the Motorsports Hall of Fame. We'll talk more about that as we progress. Folks, if y'all can handle my hoarseness, I certainly can.
Well, just don't lose it.
This coming, can you read your writing?
If I get these glasses on, I can't.
They're having a big spaghetti supper down at Winterboro, right in the middle of Winterboro this weekend.
Save your voice. This is going to be January the 30th, a spaghetti dinner supper, 4:30 to 6:30. It's going to be $7, spaghetti, coleslaw, bread, cake, and drink. You can get it to go, but you can't take a drink with you if you leave. And it's Coke, probably. But you need to get on down there and get that spaghetti.
That's this coming weekend.
That's right. Miss Joyce is ready for it, January the 30th. They'll have it ready, and you can't miss it.
They always have a good supper down there, and it goes for a good thing. If you can, go down and support them. Get these birthdays out of the way. We got one obituary, Erster Funeral Home. Got Mr. Billy Edward Crow Sr. A visitation will be Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Funeral is Wednesday at 2 p.m. at the Erster Funeral Home, and burial will be at Patton Chapel. We have a report that there's been a shooting on 280. Mm-hmm. We've not been able to confirm this with the Sylacauga Police Department, and I'm not going to give you any names because it may not. The rumor has it there's been a restaurant on 280. The manager fired an employee today. The employee went home and got his weapon and came back and killed the manager. Now, if there's nothing to this, then I apologize for giving you this information, but it came pretty straight. And this is why I'm not giving you any names, though, just in case that it is bogus. But we may know more before the program is over about what's going on. We got to go to a break, and we're going to come back with John and Janice Waits, the owner of Buddy's Barbecue in Talladega, moving to a new location, probably Monday, tomorrow. Be opening next week. We hope to have a ribbon cutting next Thursday or Friday, and they've got the best barbecue in town. And they got a pretty good breakfast too.
And a big spot.
And they're going to double their capacity.
Yes.
So all you folks that can't get in can get in now. We'll be right back after this break.
Planning a get-together or special occasion, let CG's help make the event more enjoyable. CG's can advise you on a favorite champagne or special wine imported from all over the world, as well as from New York and California. Perhaps you'd rather choose a muscadine wine from Alabama. CG's also has a nice selection of the latest in stemless wine glasses or champagne and water glasses. Only at CG's can you obtain your favorite imported beer, party supplies, mixes, and a variety of nuts. By the way, don't forget a gift for your favorite hostess. Visit CG's, conveniently located in Talladega at the corner of Howard and West.
A death is a troubling time for any family. Talladega Funeral Home offers dignity, respect, professionalism, commitment, and fairness to all families in need. We listen carefully. We know that some of us find great comfort in traditions, and we work tirelessly to honor those traditions. Our professional team gets to know each and every family member to help each and every individual remember, share, and ultimately move towards healing. Contact Brittany Boozer at Talladega Funeral Home today, 256-362-0111. Talladega Funeral Home. We care because every life has a story.
Have you tried one of these? It's so good. Man, I can't believe we haven't done this before. Oh, wow, look at that. Want a bite? You're aging. Do the jingle. Do the jingle. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, guys. Do it again. Do it again. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. In my office.
State Farm.
I think we're good. State Farm agents are there when you need them.
More news on the shooting now.
Yeah, I've just been handed this off the press. It says man shot by co-worker at sushi restaurant in Sylacauga is in critical condition. One man is in critical condition at UAB Hospital and another is in Talladega County Jail after an argument in the kitchen of a sushi restaurant led to the gunfire. Chris Carden of the Sylacauga Police Department said officers was called to the Hibachi Sushi Buffet on Highway 280 in Sylacauga Sunday afternoon to investigate the shooting. 2 employees who allegedly got into an argument in the restaurant's kitchen area. One of the men was carrying a handgun and is accused of shooting the other during the fight. Carden said the duo was alone at the time of the shooting and no one else was in or around the restaurant. The victim was taken to UAB hospital. The other employee, Mario Perez Velasquez, was arrested and taken to the Talladega County Jail. So, folks, we appreciate this update. We hate to give this kind of news, but that's the way it is. Welcome, John and Janice Waits. A lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you with us.
Good to be here.
John?
Good to be with you, Larry.
John is a multi-faceted-tastic man, I guess you would say.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I got to be careful with this horse. He is a minister, pastor at Ashland
Church of God.
Ashland Church of God. He is in the concrete business. He is the husband of a lady who owns a barbecue place. I guess he's co-owner. You let him claim co-owner.
I guess so.
You let him eat the barbecue.
Yeah.
I get to eat there.
I've been knowing John and the Waitses all their life. I was raised up with them. Ed and Marinelle Waits was their mother and dad. And John had 2 brothers, Danny and
Jim.
Jimmy, and then 3 sisters.
3 sisters.
3 sisters.
Freddie, Audrey, and Evelyn.
Yeah. Been knowing them all. We're raised up in the church with them. And we watched John come up through the ranks through the years, and he's done real well for himself in business. God has blessed both of them. And they've been on Battle Street for many years at Buddy's Barbecue.
Yes.
And they're going to be moving to the former Dairy Queen location tomorrow.
Yes, we're in the process.
You're closed down at your location, right?
Yes, yes.
But you will not be open tomorrow.
No, won't be open Monday or Tuesday.
Officially open.
And then we'll officially open Wednesday.
Look in this camera right here, Miss
Okay.
Miss Janice and John.
All right.
And talk to the folks. Tell them a little bit about the Waitses. Anything you want to tell them? Hey, y'all got together. You're a foreigner from Georgia.
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
She didn't have to learn to talk English, folks. She could still talk Georgia talk when she got here.
Yeah, I just talk a little slower probably now.
Share
Not
with
the
the
fast
folks
lane.
how you met John, if you want to. Anything you want to tell them?
Well, just from his sister Audrey, introduced us, and we dated about 6 months, and then we got married, and
Too far to go see her. Cost too much.
Had to marry her.
Had to marry her.
She was in Georgia, so you had to marry her.
That's right. Had to marry to keep expenses down.
yeah, and we went in business. John went in business in '79.
I had actually went in business before that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people may not know it, but Larry was at what used to be Talladega National Bank. And I was trying to buy a trucking business out, and the man's truck was financed at another bank, and I went to that bank to buying it. They wouldn't let me have the money, so I said, well, I'm gonna go over here and see Larry. And we went to church together, but I didn't know I'd see him. I just knew I was going to the bank he worked at. But long story short, Larry told me, he said, I was one got sent to him in there, and he told me, he said, I'm gonna loan you the money. He said, I'm not loaning it because I know your mom and daddy. He said, I'm loaning on what you've told me. And he said, if you don't pay the bill, boy, he said, I'm coming to see you. And I don't guess he ever had to come see me.
I didn't. I
remember
that.
That was
You had
1975.
to be almost just showing up rotten before I turned you down. I mean, I thought you're supposed to loan money when you're the loan officer, so I loaned it.
Yeah.
You know, I even loaned it to #1 bootlegger in Clay County one time. Didn't know he was a bootlegger at the time. I thought he was a farmer. And he was.
He was a farmer,
But,
raising
but
corn.
he paid it back. Right. I tried to help everybody in banking. You've done real well, John. Of course,
Well,
you
you
had a
helped
good background in the grocery business.
That's right.
With your mother and dad at Waits
Right.
eating grocery.
But but what you did for me, it helped me.
Well, I appreciate
And,
that.
and it's helped me down through the years. It wasn't just a one-time thing.
You got in the trucking business, then the concrete business.
That's right. In the construction
Building business,
That's
construction.
right.
That's right.
Building, construction, highways, roads, big site jobs.
You get a lot of bids here in town.
Right.
A lot of work here.
Right. We're doing a lot of work for the city.
Done a lot-
And it's
done a lot of
all
work.
bid work.
Done a lot of work at Top Trails.
That's right. No, just the Lord has blessed us. That's all I can tell you. The Lord's blessed
That's
us
right.
in the concrete business, in the construction business, and in the restaurant business also.
Yes.
And He's blessed us in the ministry that
Of all the likely people to ever be a preacher,
I know.
how long have you been in the ministry now? I remember when you got started.
Since 1992, I got saved in 1992. I was 38
Raised in the
years
church all your life.
old. Raised in the church, never had been saved. And
I'm
hated
afraid.
the church, just didn't care. And but the Lord got a hold to me one night in a revival service with Brother Stanley Owensby. And matter of fact, I'm ashamed of it, but Brother Leon Beasley, you know who I'm speaking of, he was there that night, and he come back there, and this guy, he's Pentecostal, and he's just on fire. And he come back there, and he throwed his hand out in my ear, and he said, "Ain't it good, boy?" And I told Janice, I was just a heathen. I told her, I said, "If that old man comes back here again," I said, "I'm gonna knock him out of shoe." I just didn't want to be there, you know. But long story short, as time progressed on in service, the Lord dealt with me. I got saved that night, and my whole world turned completely around. And God has been good to me. He's opened up doors for a Pentecostal preacher that I preached in Baptist, Methodist. I preached in basically everything but a Church of Christ and a Catholic church. It's about the only two denominations I have not preached in.
Mm-hmm.
And seen many, many souls saved, seen many people filled with the baptism of the Holy Ghost. And I can sit here and tell you all night long of the miracles I've seen God do. Seen Him blinded eyes open, just the lame walk, everything. I mean, just unreal what I've seen God do. And that's my heart throb, the work for the Lord. All this other stuff is, I consider it just as a fringe benefit that God's allowed me to have, and it's helped finance ministries, helped build churches in third world countries. And for a long time, Janice and I took pilgrimage trips to Israel and carried people with us. And the Lord the Lord's just blessed us. You know, my construction, the concrete, and the Buddy's barbecue, they're great, but the Lord is the number one thing. We couldn't have any of it without Him.
That's right.
How did you get involved in it was actually your business originally, or your idea?
Well, it's kind of a family thing. Our boys are involved helping as far as when I do fundraisers and stuff like that. But we just kind of went into it as a different avenue of what we already have, you know. And so we catered things, you know, privately and stuff before we ever went in the business. So that we'd been looking at it, wanting it, and thinking that would be a good move for us. And so I think so.
When did you purchase Buddy's originally?
It's
Been several years.
About 6
Almost
years
6
ago.
years.
Almost 6 years ago.
It's been there a long time.
It's actually been there since about 75 or 76, and I was sharing with Charlotte that Saturday was the last day for it to be open there as Buddy's Barbecue in the original building. That was its last day because we are Buddy's, and it will be in the new location starting Wednesday. And so that place has been there for a long time. Buddy Williams originally owned it. Or
He was from Pale
opened
City,
it.
I believe, originally.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't
around in
know
that
him.
area.
I didn't really know him, but yeah, I told her that it actually dawned on me Saturday that was the last day for it to be open as Buddy's Barbecue in that building. So it's been a long time there.
You've got some of the best help. I know once or twice a week I'll call them and I say I need an egg sandwich.
Yes.
I'll get it to take to Birmingham. And she'll let it be ready when you get here. And you're welcome to give her a name if you want to give your employee's name, if you know
That's
who all are going to be.
Chris. That's Chris. And
Billy
Betty.
Langley's daughter.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And his other daughter works there.
Vicky. Yeah, Vicky works there too.
Then you've got Martha, daughter.
Betty.
Betty works there. And you got others?
I got others. I got other part-time that are real good.
They do a good job.
Yes, they do. I had one of them talking the other day saying that we're just like big family there. they know what I like, and I like unity. I don't like division, and I respect my employees, and therefore I like respect back. But we're like family. We just we're real close knit. And
I noticed a lot of guys in there every morning when I go by. Some of the same people every morning.
yes.
And they walk in, they start getting their order ready. They know what they want.
Well, a few of them, they like to come right up, and because we keep it like a family atmosphere in there, and we have a lot of people that come due to that they say it's like it just feels like being at home, and that's what we want, because everybody's important to us, because without them, we're not in business anyway. But we just like to be able to talk to them and get to know people. Yeah.
I have people from time to time say, "Why don't you get some good places in town to eat?" And I have to think, I don't know where you've been hid, but we got about 30 places in town that are. We don't eat at all of them all the time, but I try to move around as mayor of the town. I try to patronize. And I drop in at Tina's down on East Street occasionally when I'm going that way. Tina's got good breakfast. Janice and Buddy's, I call it the whole hog bacon. You don't have the midget bacon.
No.
And Tina has a big strips of bacon. I like it bacon.
Yeah, we have some good bacon. We really do.
And we've got some of the best restaurants in town.
Yes, we do. We do.
And I don't eat at home all the time. You don't eat at home all the time.
No.
People eat out, and if everybody would stay in town and shop, wherever, they wouldn't be able to take care of all the traffic.
That's right. That's right. And I eat at different places here in town. I mean, in Talladega myself. I do. Because a lot of my friends have places.
You get tired of barbecue 7 days a week, don't you?
Well, we do. And
We got a good Chinese place in town.
yeah.
First house down there is real good Chinese.
We
Right.
maybe not eat that. I like the homemade gravy they got down there.
Right. First class.
But I encourage people to shop with our restaurants. You have to like somebody in Talladega.
Yes.
Donnie Miller from time to time fixes me a turkey breast, smoked turkey breast. Me and my 2 dogs really like that turkey breast. But we're just thrilled to death that you're doing well, that you chose, you could have taken your business anywhere,
Yes,
but you
sir.
chose to stay here, you chose to expand here.
Yes, sir.
How many new employees are you going to have, do you know yet?
Not for sure. Not for sure.
Probably some though, maybe 1 or 2, or not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I've added a few more people, but we're just gonna see what all we need. Yeah.
Do you know what, will you be adding any new meals or anything?
Well, now, right off the bat, I know we're gonna start offering breakfast all day.
Breakfast all day?
All day, where you can even.
You getting bad as a huddle house.
Oh, well, I can't help it. I have people that tell me they like burgers in the morning. I tell them, I say, I'm not Burger King, but I'll fix it your way if there's any way possible. And
that's great.
So I have people that like burgers in the morning, but then I have people that come in at night and say, we wish we could just have breakfast at night, because myself, I don't do a big breakfast in the morning, but now I like breakfast at night. Sometimes me and him, we try to go find somewhere where we can get breakfast at night.
Why would you not be able to cook a breakfast when you want to?
Well,
You're in
that's right.
business there, so why can't you cook it?
That's right. So that's what we're offering.
Or a hamburger if you want it for breakfast, why can't you fix a hamburger for breakfast?
Well, we do. We do. We're going to offer it it's going to be all day, all the way till closing. Breakfast will be offered. And we're going to bring in steaks and stuff. But I said, well, I could do that right off the bat, but I really want my people to be used to the place and get familiar, and I don't want to overwhelm them, because I wouldn't want to be overwhelmed. So I'm trying to do it like that, and just kind of
Slow and easy.
That's right, just kind of space it out a little bit, but we're going to be offering a lot more availability, which I have pretty wide variety in my menu now. But breakfast I did want to do all night, all day, even offering at night. And there'll be specials that'll be offered at night too.
What time you going to be opening? 5 o'clock in the morning?
5 o'clock a.m. to 8 p.m.
6 days a week.
6 days a week.
Closed on Sunday.
Closed on Sunday. That's the Lord's Day.
Understand. You don't want to get so diversified though that you lose your quality of barbecue, because y'all got a good reputation
Yes, sir.
of the best barbecue.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I appreciate you taking time to be with us. I know you've been in church all day.
Yes,
And you
sir.
came from Clay County to Sylacauga.
Well, actually, I went to Talladega for just a little bit.
Okay.
I had a little bit to do up at the restaurant, trying to get, I want to make sure it's ready.
Yeah.
So we had a few more things we had to do and getting ready for the move tomorrow. So, and then we came on down here.
Before we let them go, we'll let you tell them who their sons and daughter-in-laws and grandyoungers is, because they're sitting home probably watching right now. Say, why didn't you call my name, Mama and Daddy? Look at that camera right there and tell who they are.
Well, our oldest son's John Ed Waits, and he's married to Amber Haynes Waits. And then we have our oldest granddaughter is Macy. She's going to be having a birthday in about a week, turning 9. And then Ellie, her sister, she's going to have a birthday in a few weeks, and she'll be turning 5. And then we have Stephen Tyler Waits is our youngest son, and he's married to Alicia McKay Waits. And they have 2 children, Abigail Waits, which she just turned 5. She told me she's 5 now. She's growing up. And little Jackson, he's our little man, our little grandson, and he's 10 months old.
Oh.
Nice family. John and Janice Waits, owner of Buddy's Barbecue, will be opening up at the new location Wednesday,
Yes.
if all goes accordingly.
Yes.
And it's located right across from the former McKeag Motel,
That's right.
right across from used to be the Westland Methodist Church,
That's right.
right behind where the Ford place used to be,
Yes, sir.
right across the street from Jack's. So there's no reason that you can't find where they moved to.
On that road they've been working on driving.
At the dead end, 3 different intersections.
Right.
Can't miss it.
Like the corner of North 21 and Haynes.
That's right.
We appreciate them trusting and having confidence in our community and our citizens to invest and continue doing business here. And we can't encourage you enough, folks. Do business locally as much as you can. We always enjoy coming out of town. But if our local citizens would trade locally, we'd have jobs for everybody.
Yes.
Thank y'all for being with us.
Well, thank you. Sure appreciate
Thank you, Larry.
Got to go to break. Be right back with 2 more guests.
Planning a get-together, sporting event, or special occasion, let CG's help make the event more enjoyable. CG's can advise you on a favorite champagne or special wine imported from all over the world, as well as from New York and California. Perhaps you'd rather choose a muscadine wine from Alabama. CG's also has a nice selection of the latest in stemless wine glasses or champagne and water glasses. Only at CG's can you obtain your favorite imported beer, party supplies, mixes, and a variety of nuts. By the way, don't forget a gift for your favorite hostess. Visit CG's, conveniently located in Talladega at the corner of Howard and West.
A death is a troubling time for any family. Talladega Funeral Home offers dignity, respect, professionalism, commitment, and fairness to all families in need. We listen carefully. We know that some of us find great comfort in traditions, and we work tirelessly to honor those traditions. Our professional team gets to know each and every family member to help each and every individual remember, share, and ultimately move towards healing. Contact Brittany Boozer at Talladega Funeral Home today, 256-362-0111. Talladega Funeral Home. We care because every life has a story.
Oh man, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Harry.
Oh man, you gotta do it like this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, George. Hey, Jim.
Amateurs, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, Travis.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm here for you, Lonnie.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
This is a new one.
State Farm agents are there whenever you need them.
State Farm and Elvis. You ever thought it would ever happen?
I saw Doug this week, and he said he never did insure Elvis, but he had good insurance. Elvis, that may be one reason Elvis had some of his problems in life. He didn't have good insurance with Doug Camp of State Farm.
I need to read
give those
his
birthdays out
birthdays.
right quick.
I'll get in trouble. Linda Henley, Harlan Roberts, Greg Bates, Bobby Samuels, Brandy Montgomery, Judy Williams, Tina's Restaurant, Angela Hagel, Ken Johnson, Jim Bennett, and Coco Moco.
And 3 over you on Martha Parker. See those
Oh
two
yes,
pictures
I
there?
do. Martha Lynn Parker, Heather Carlisle, and Dave Johnson. Happy birthday.
You do good.
Let me get one more thing while we're on
Yeah, go ahead.
while I'm on a roll. Our very good friend Leland Fuller,
Leland is not a preacher.
No.
Now, Leland's daddy was a minister.
Yep, I did.
That's Ivan.
Ivan, I'm sorry, honey. Ivan Fuller is now the new pastor at Ridgeview Baptist Church. I don't know why Leland just flew out my head, but it's Ivan Fuller. He's going to be
Been knowing Ivan all of his life. He's a man of integrity.
It's always good to talk to him.
And he's very opinionated. If the church wants someone that'll preach the Bible and preach it like it is, Ivan Fuller is the man. You got him, and you'll do good there.
And he's always got a smile.
And Ivan will never embarrass you.
Never.
He may embarrass you by preaching the Word of God to you.
You may go home
if you don't like to hear the Word of God. But Ivan's going to be with us sometime in February.
Looking forward to that.
Hello, caller.
Hello there. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, Jeff. If you got some words of wisdom right quick, we got a full program.
Well, I was at the Stampede Restaurant Friday, and I had a good food over there.
Yeah, you sent me about 25 messages that you was at the Stampede, but you didn't say anything.
I went there and done my meal, that's all I can tell you.
That's the main thing.
The main thing on it. And the new restaurant's open up in one Wednesday. It's going to be good, isn't it?
They're what?
That new restaurant is going to open up.
Oh, Buddy. Are you familiar with Buddy's?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're going to be opening Wednesday at the new location, Jeff.
I know where it's at. I'm going to check it out when I get around to it.
All right. Gotta go.
I've been thinking about you a lot there, man. You're my buddy.
I appreciate me being your buddy, Jeff. You're my buddy, too. Yeah. Gotta go.
Hey, you're a good man.
I've been hollering.
I've
been hollering at my wife too much. I've got horse.
Hey, what's going on there?
I gotta go. I see.
All right, bye.
People believe that, you know. Somebody say, he's been hollering at his wife. Welcome.
Welcome. Glad to be here.
Good to be here.
Glad to be here.
Zachary Shivers or Shivers? Shivers. And Mike Parlier.
Parlier.
They are with Legal Shield, and we'll be talking to these gentlemen in just a minute about a business they have, and they want to share it with our folks. But don't forget this coming January the 30th. That's Saturday night, I guess. Yeah, Saturday night. Down at Winterboro. Miss Joyce Howard shared with me they're having a big spaghetti supper. They always have some of the best spaghetti anywhere. And if I get in from Birmingham in time, I'll certainly be down there getting me a plate to either eat it or to go. Spaghetti, slaw, bread, cake, drink, and whatever. $7. It's a bargain. Some of the best. These ladies and these men do a great job down there working on
That's right. The money goes for a good cause.
on the lodge. You go down and be a part of it. Don't forget Stampede. Jeff talking about Stampede Restaurant, one of our longtime supporters. Don't forget Stampede Restaurant. They're there 7 days a week, 11 in the morning until about 8 o'clock at night. Any kind of food you could possibly want. And we appreciate them sticking with us. Folks, I apologize again. I have not been hit in the throat. I've not been beat up. I'm just hoarse. It's amazing. It's amazing how folks sit there and they say, I want somebody to slap him in the throat. No, nobody slapped me in the throat. A lot of folks like to slap me in the throat sometimes. But that's wishful thinking on some folks' part. But Mary had the flu for about 2 weeks. My son and daughter-in-law had it, my granddaughter and her husband, and I didn't get it. Boy, I dodged the bullet. Well, Monday afternoon, it caught up with me. And I've been in bed most of the week. I got up Thursday and went to the council meeting and went back home, went back to bed. So I'm here tonight. I'm not contagious. I'm not got a fever. I'm not going to contaminate the rest of the town. I'm just hoarse. But it will pass. This too will pass.
You don't hear many people say if they're contagious or not. So.
No. Well, they come in a barbershop sometime. I got out of bed, hacking in the coffee. I got out of bed, I had to come get a haircut. Well, I wish you'd have stayed home and got a haircut next week, you know. But things happen. Gentlemen, welcome.
Good to be here.
Let's talk about, I know Zachary is a police officer.
I am.
Birmingham?
City of Birmingham.
This camera right here, look in there and tell them who you are.
My name's Zach Shivers. I'm actually a police officer for the City of Birmingham. Started working for this company called Legal Shield about 4 months ago. And met Mayor Barton here just a couple weeks ago when I went in to get a haircut, and he butchered me right up. So. He did a great job, and
it comes
should have
back
gone back to him. So
most time it comes back. Sometimes these bald-headed folks said that it don't come back.
That's right.
But how did and Mike Parlier?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell them who you are.
I'm Mike Parlier, and I'm an identity theft specialist with Legal Shield, and full-time sales and personal trainer as well.
Now, when you say personal trainer in the gymnasium,
yes, sir.
You welcome to tell
Oh, yeah.
who you work for if you want to.
At the Mountain Brook YMCA in Mountain Brook, Alabama.
As a personal trainer, is it a paid thing that people come in and get a membership, or are you there for their convenience, or are you there for the convenience of the club?
Well, we're there for both, actually. I mean, we do classes which are free, and then we also do personal training that is paid by the members as well. But that's not what we're excited about.
I know. Zachary, how did you get involved in law enforcement? We'll get back to the Legal Shield in just a second. How did you get involved in law enforcement?
I started about 4 years ago. I was actually a firefighter before I got hired on with the police force, and pretty much it's something I'd always wanted to be when growing up. It's either a firefighter or a police officer, so I decided I'd do both. But I enjoy it. It's a great job to have. It's a dangerous job, but somebody's got to do it. So
you never know when you go to work if you're gonna come home or not.
Yeah, there's always a chance. You might not, but you can't think like that.
I understand that, but you
your
gotta
goal is
always
to go home every single night.
You gotta always be alert.
Yeah, when you took that oath, that was one of the things.
I have much respect for
appreciate you.
Good, honest law enforcement officers we have. Unfortunately, through the areas throughout the United States, you have some that is a discredit to their profession.
Right.
But they try to weed those out quick as they can.
It is. That's kind of due to what I get to see on a daily basis. You know, as working as a police officer, it's what led me to Legal Shield. And I'll let Mike take it from here, but he's at one that got me started with Legal Shield. And Mike, you want to tell him about it?
Sure. Well, Legal Shield, basically, Mr. Larry, as we like to say, is if you had the opportunity to ask an attorney any question and not have to worry about a high hourly rate, would you? And so basically that's what Legal Shield does. It offers legal services to people that typically can't afford those type of legal services. Anything from if you just had a contract you wanted them to review for you, or if you don't have a will. A lot of people, it's unbelievable the amount of people in the state of Alabama that do not have a will. And your will is like your love letter to your relatives after you're gone. Mm-hmm. And you know, Alabama's a probate state, as you're aware. And so if something happens to you and you pass away, then all of your children issues, property, all that goes into probate. And so basically, with Legal Shield as a member, one of the first things they'll do for you is they'll do a will for you for free at no charge, which, you know, I think my parents at one time were quoted $1,500, you know, just to get their will done. And then we also have an identity theft policy. And the identity theft now is if you watch the news or you pick up any newspaper or any magazine, the one thing that you'll see on a daily basis is identity theft. Target was hit last year. Over 100 million people's identities were stolen. USA Today, back in October, front page of USA Today, had over 500 million people's identity were stolen in 2014. And so it's rampant right now in society. And so we offer two policies that help people to protect their identities as well as provide legal services for them.
You want to make a comment?
No, you want to ask?
Yeah, I do want to ask you some questions in just a minute. We've got to go back to a break in just a minute, our final break. But I missed Reverend Timothy Caldwell is having a birthday, and he's pastor at Bellevue Baptist Church. They got a big building program going on over there, and they're going to be having ribbon cutting real soon. And we're going to try to have Reverend Timothy on our program in the next week or so, and be talking about all that's going on over there. Don't forget Rehab First. Any kind of rehab you could possibly need. If you've been injured, unfortunately, I don't know that they can treat laryngitis, but they can handle anything. If you've been injured in a car wreck, or if you've been beat up, or whatever, knee injuries or knee replacement, they're there 7 days a week, private rooms, 24-hour coverage. Anything you could possibly need, they can take care of. First class beautiful
facility.
I'm not stuttering. They're talking to me in my ear. Somebody wants to talk to these guys on the camera here. We'll come to you in just a minute. But they're there for you 24/7. And if you need long-term care, they have that also. If you have somebody in the family that's going to need long-term care, they can take care of that for you. And we encourage you to see them when you do need this kind of service. Got to go to a break, and we'll be back with the phone calls for these gentlemen talking about Legal Shield. Be right back.
Planning a get-together, sporting event, or special occasion, let CG's help make the event more enjoyable. CG's can advise you on a favorite champagne or special wine imported from all over the world, as well as from New York and California. Perhaps you'd rather choose a muscadine wine from Alabama. CG's also has a nice selection of the latest in stemless wine glasses or champagne and water glasses. Only at CG's can you obtain your favorite imported beer, party supplies, mixes, and a variety of nuts. By the way, don't forget a gift for your favorite hostess. Visit CG's, conveniently located in Talladega at the corner of Howard and West.
A death is a troubling time for any family. Talladega Funeral Home offers dignity, respect, professionalism, commitment, and fairness to all families in need. We listen carefully. We know that some of us find great comfort in traditions, and we work tirelessly to honor those traditions. Our professional team gets to know each and every family member to help each and every individual remember, share, and ultimately move towards healing. Contact Brittany Boozer at Talladega Funeral Home today, 256-362-0111. Talladega Funeral Home. We care because every life has a story.
Yeah, I'm married. Does it matter? You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Welcome back.
I like that commercial.
I do too.
Can you imagine a man talking to Doug, getting Doug up at midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, talking to him? Kathy come down and said, "Who are you talking to?" "I'm talking to Doug Camp."
It'd be bad.
No, Doug will talk to you anytime.
Yeah.
He don't care. You can call him 2 o'clock in the morning if you need him.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Doug Camp.
So calm.
We, if you just tuned in, we have Zachary Shivers and Mike Parlier. It's hard for this old country boy to know all these foreign words.
It is.
French.
But we have, they're here talking about Legal Shield, how they have an agency that can, you can belong to the agency, or whatever they call it, group, and have advice 24/7 from an attorney. We'll get back to that in just a minute. Hello, ma'am, you got a question or a comment for these two gentlemen?
I do.
Go right ahead.
I would like them to describe the difference between Legal Shield's Identity Theft Plan versus LifeLock.
Okay. They'll if you want to hang up, they'll give you an answer. Okay.
Awesome. Well, that's a great question. LifeLock is pretty much a monitoring service. They'll monitor your identity. They actually just monitor your financial aspects of your identity. What Legal Shield does is takes it a step further. Not only do we monitor your identity, but we also have restorative aspects. So in other words, if you have an issue with LifeLock, they'll call you and say, "Hey, here's an issue. Here's what you need to do to go fix it." With our service, we actually use a company called Kroll, which Kroll is one of the largest forensic accounting companies in the country. When Saddam Hussein went into Kuwait, they actually helped the Kuwaitis recover their financial system. When Target, as I mentioned earlier, had the issue with identity theft back in December or October of last year, Kroll is who they called to fix that. So the company that we use is actually the best forensic accounting and restorative company that's out there. And so the main difference is if you have an issue, they fix it for you. In other words, they'll send you a power of attorney and says, "Hey, this is the issue. Here's what we need to do to fix it." Instead of you spending the hundreds of hours contacting the bureaus and the people that filed these issues on your credit. And the other main difference is LifeLock's only going to cover financial issues. If someone steals your social security number, they're not going to help you with that. Or if someone commits a crime in your name, or an issue like that. For example, we had one of our members had an issue where before she had our service, her medical card was stolen out of her purse. and someone used that medical card to try to fill a fraudulent prescription, left the card when the pharmacist started questioning them, and guess who St. Clair County showed up to arrest? The girl whose ID they had stolen. So those are issues that we can help you with that LifeLock won't even handle. So,
Also, LifeLock is more expensive each month. Our monthly payment's only $14.95 for an identity theft plan each month, and LifeLock, I believe, is over $30 for their legal plan.
Now, when you say $14.95 for an identity plan, is your policy or whatever, does it cover anything and everything, or is it specialized?
We have two different identity theft plans. Like Mike said, he's an identity theft specialist, so I'll let him take that question. But
well, there's two plans. One is our standard plan and one is a premium plan, but it does cover every issue that can come up with your identity. If you have an issue where you just want to call and get an expert's opinion on what you can do to help fix your credit, they'll do that, just something as simple as that. Or if you have an issue where someone actually tries to, one of the biggest areas right now in our country is the theft of minors' identities. Because thieves know that if someone's under 18, they can get a hold of their identity and they may not know for years that it's been compromised. We had a gentleman the other day that purchased a plan. The first thing he did when he got home was check his son's social security number and have a credit report run on it. And there were 2 accounts that had been opened up in his son's name that were fraudulent accounts. So any type of issue affecting your identity,
I'll make you think.
All right, let me ask you this question. If, say I buy a policy and I go out here next week and I slap somebody upside the head, are y'all going to protect me?
we have a good plan for that. It's considered jail time. No, yes. Well, for criminal,
if anybody needed an attorney for anything, say you and your wife getting a divorce, or you've been sued, or you've been had a car wreck and injured somebody.
Our plan covers all that. Now, criminal aspect, if you did slap somebody and they were wanting to press charges on you, you're not just going to have a free attorney for that, but you do get 25% off discount. So, if you like to rob banks or something, and you get 25% discount. You're going to get 25% off discount for your legal aspect.
But any civil case?
Anything civil, divorce, so uncontested divorce, they'll represent you. Traffic court, that's our biggest thing. So if you get a speeding ticket and you need somebody to represent you in court, they'll send somebody. And it's not just the state of Alabama, but it's nationwide and also in Canada. So you have an attorney in all 50 states. And not just an attorney, an actual law firm, so they'll represent you in all fields of law. And anything else I'm needing?
Yeah.
What is this policy? This kind of policy? What does that cost a person to carry this kind of policy?
The legal plan is $19.95 a month. So basically, for the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you're covered. And it's not just covers you; it covers your spouse, any children that you have, up to 8 dependents, anyone that's in school or age of 26 and under living at home, or if you have a physically or mentally handicapped child that's permanently living with you. They're covered as part of your plan as well.
And that includes your will also.
So for
$19.95,
less than $20 a month, I have access to an attorney 24/7.
24/7 access. And I'll have to tell you a story.
Anything except criminal.
You still have access with criminal. It's just not free. It's not part of your service. There's certain services that they offer that are covered as part of your membership. Like if you just had a question, I've always wanted to ask an attorney this. You pick up the phone and you can ask unlimited phone calls, unlimited consultations. But there are some services that the attorneys may have to go to a lengthy process, and then those would be their normal fee, but it's discounted as part of your being a member. For example, somebody leaves out here and gets a DUI, they're not going to cover you for free for that.
I'll tell you mine. I was actually switched last January of 2014. I switched to AT&T phone service, and I had Verizon, but I switched to them because I was able to get a 20% off discount through being a police officer. And in November, I called them just to check my plan and stuff, and they told me, well, we see where you're supposed to be getting a 20% off discount, but you haven't been getting it. So I'm like, so for 11 months, I haven't been getting my discount. As I asked them about back pay, they told me they couldn't give me any back pay. And after speaking to the supervisor, they said, we'll only give you 6 months back pay. So they did credit my account back $120, but there's still $100 that they really do owe me, and they're saying they're not going to give to me. So I contacted my attorney because it's free through my plan, and called him. Within 7 minutes, I had my attorney call me back. I talked to him, told him what was going on. He typed up a letter right there while I was on the phone with him, sent me a copy of the letter, also sent AT&T the letter. And within 2 weeks, I was notified back by AT&T they were going to credit my account back another $100. So who would spend, here in the state of Alabama.
So you got 10 months free of service, actually.
Yes, 11 months free.
You shouldn't have had to do that, but you did.
Sure. But so who would, let's see, what am I trying to say here? The hourly rate for attorney here in the state of Alabama ranges normally between $250 to $300 and something. So who would go spend $300 for a $100 problem? I wouldn't have, but seeing that I had my plan, I called my attorney, for my $100 problem. It's free.
You may have mentioned this, and if I leave here tonight and have a car wreck, do I have access to an attorney with this plan?
You do, actually.
But no extra charge to me?
No extra charge. And you also get trial time. So with your membership, you get 60 hours of trial time, and there's also pre-trial time, which is typically in a lawsuit. That's where your money is racked up. Is you're having to pay so much an hour for pre-trial time because they don't typically go to trial. But with our service, you actually get trial time, pre-trial time, as well as trial time that you're covered. And that's any issue and actually we even have an app that you can download for your phone that'll tell you exactly what to do if you get in an accident.
You said an uncontested, and I'm not getting a divorce, so.
Sure.
An uncontested.
Asking a lot of questions.
If my wife wants a divorce, I'm gonna say, hey baby, what do you want? We ain't going through no.
She'll be covered.
But an uncontested, as long as you say, okay, we're both friendly, we're going to just sign the paper and go home.
Right. If it's uncontested divorce after 90 days of your membership, then it's covered as part of your plan.
But if she says, no, I want the whole world, are y'all going to protect me against her?
They will still represent you.
She's still going to get it out.
It's just going to cost you a little more at a discount. And I do say that, our plan's not a silver bullet. I mean, there's things out there that part of our plan you have access to, but there's some things you will have to pay for. It's just like with your medical insurance. You go into the doctor and you pay your monthly bill, and your insurance covers your premium, and your insurance covers different issues. But there's some things that you just have to pay out of pocket for. This is the same way. 90% of the issues you're going to run into are covered free by your membership. The other 10% are covered at a discount.
You got a caller.
Okay.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hey, yes, sir. How are you?
Fine. That's a good thing they got there, man. I've been in that thing there. It's really good. I'm telling you right now, it's real good.
You recommend it?
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Have you used it in the past?
I don't use it a lot of times.
Okay.
I've been in about 16 years.
Okay. Nice. Very good. Wow. Sound like a winner to me.
I reckon right that part anywhere.
Sounds good. Appreciate you calling.
You tell them I said that.
They listen to you. You're telling the whole world right now.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So they've been doing it. How long has this kind of service been around?
The company started in 1972. And I was telling Ms. Green in the back, our founder, Harlan Stonecipher, who just recently passed away, was a teacher, sold insurance on the side to make extra money, and coming back from a meeting, he got in a wreck. And he actually was in the hospital, was in a coma for a short while, and the wreck wasn't his fault, but he was sued. And so even though, we always like to say bad things happen to good people. And so what happened was Mr. Stonecipher comes out of his coma, realizes he's in a lawsuit, cost him $6,000 to defend himself.
That's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
I hate that we need more time. We have to get you guys back.
Okay. Yeah,
if they want to reach you, how can they reach you right quick? 205-777-9157.
Yes, sir.
You're good.
Folks, we'll have our time is up. We'll see you next week for another edition of It's in the interest of the people.
It's in the interest of the people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gotta go. See you.